Right here we have the flagship piece, which is the AVIC 8100 Next. Okay. It's also compatible with Android Auto, which we're demonstrating on the exact same model, exact same vehicle right next door. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what you need to get Apple CarPlay in your vehicle is a compatible Pioneer head unit, car stereo. You also need a compatible phone. So if you have an iPhone 5 or newer, so a Lightning device that's running iOS 7.1 or newer, it's actually embedded within the software. You'll notice that there's no app icon for CarPlay. You can't even fiddle with it on your phone. The only way you can view the interface is when connected to a compatible car stereo. You'll have a USB to Lightning cable that you'll need. And you'll see the experience begins right on the phone here. It's blocked out, right? Can't access your phone. And then you'll see a very familiar interface here if you're an iPhone user. And that was by design. Apple wanted to really make sure that users were familiar with the interface, that they didn't have to learn an entirely new one, especially while driving, right? So they also sort of limited the content that comes in through CarPlay, and they wanted to make it really only information that is important or necessary while driving. And so that's limited to the top apps that you see there. They are working with third-party audio apps, so you see iHeartRadio here, Spotify, and Rdio. So if you have those music services on your phone and they're Apple CarPlay compatible, it'll automatically appear there, because music's really important while driving, right? Sure. We also use Siri because both companies believe that if you're going to interact with your phone, the safest way to do so while driving is using voice recognition. So you'll see Siri come into play a lot here. We'll go ahead and place a call by voice.
With whom would you like to speak?
Vicki Miller.
Calling Vicki Miller.
So I can keep my hands on the wheel, my head straight ahead, looking at the road. Really large fonts, big buttons, easy to recognize while driving. We won't pick up. I've been calling her for the past 4 days straight. But this is your favorites that are saved on your iPhone, as well as your recent activity and your entire contact list. And because we're connected by a cable, it's pulling all that information directly onto the screen. We'll also, this acts just like your home button would on your iPhone. Music is important, as we mentioned. So iTunes radio access if you had any stations set up there. This is your playlist that may be saved on your phone, as well as all of your music sorted by artist or track. The cool thing is with the Pioneer integration, because it's in your own vehicle, you can maintain factory steering wheel control as well as your factory mic. So we'll go ahead and use the steering wheel control to call a song up. Play the song Lights.
Okay, let's hear Lights.
Right, so helpful. So I don't have to search on screen through all of my music catalog. I can simply call up a song using Siri, and this is the music interface. Sounds really good because we're in a Pioneer system in this tiny, tiny car. So we'll go ahead and pause that so we don't have to yell over it. Apple Maps is also important. You'll see it's, again, a very familiar interface. I've been searching for McCarran Airport a lot today. I have a flight later on. And so it's doing a great job of predicting where I want to go so I don't have to search for it. So with one touch of the button, I can start a route to McCarran. I can also access the destination list. And this is comprised of POIs or points of interest that I've been searching for on my phone, even when I'm not connected, right? So it's pulling up all of those addresses, but you'll see this address here. It was actually sent to me via text message. And the system is smart enough to recognize it as an address and know that I may want to route there later. So I don't have to dig through my phone. I don't have to dig through my text. It also pulls from email. So it's positioned here quickly so I can just access it with the touch.
I see a lot of coffee shops in the area, among them Starbucks and Fortuna, both on Paradise Road. Let me know if you want to hear the whole list.
So helpful, right? So I'll go ahead and select the closest one. And by pressing start, I'll get turn-by-turn route directions. So pretty robust there. Text messaging is also something that we know people are doing well in the car, but it's not always the safest thing to do. I use this feature almost every day just because I need to make the most out of my time in the car and on my commute. So I don't like fiddling with my phone. It just feels very unsafe. So
who shall I text?
I use Siri. Helen Ball.
Okay, what do you want to say to Helen Ball?
Let's grab lunch.
Your message to Helen Ball says, Let's grab lunch. Ready to send it?
Yeah, send it. Right?
I'll send it.
So I comprise a text message. Hopefully Helen will respond so I can show you what that looks like when it comes back through. This is our call or our text message history conversations that are stored on the phone right now. I actually cannot touch any one name to view these text message conversations because that would be really unsafe to do while driving. So if I were to hit somebody's name, Siri would prompt me again to start a conversation by voice. Now playing is the currently playing music track. The Pioneer button will take us into the Pioneer embedded interface. So now we've left CarPlay, and this is the Pioneer system with access to all of our AV and entertainment sources. It's also extremely customizable and quick and responsive, very smartphone-like. And this is only the second year we've implemented this sort of interface in our product, but very modern and intuitive there. You'll also see here we have album art, and this was actually from the song that we were playing in the CarPlay side of things. So the systems do kind of speak to each other. The Pioneer system offering just a little more graphic interface here. This is the flagship piece, so it does offer embedded navigation, and that might be helpful. Well, we got a response. Let's see what she has to say.
You have a message from Helen Ball. Sounds great. How's 3 p.m.? Would you like to reply?
Too late. No, thanks.
That's all your messages.
Great. So an entire conversation, outgoing and incoming, using Siri there, right? But as I was saying on the Pioneer side, you might want to use embedded navigation if you have a longer road trip and you don't want to use a data plan on your phone. It's a little more robust in that way. But taking you back to CarPlay, you can toggle in between the two systems rather quickly. And so that's Apple CarPlay.